Hey everybody, today we're here checking out the May 25th, 2016 patch for Atlas Reactor. I'm pretty excited to jump in and show you guys what's going on with this patch, as Atlas Reactor has quickly become one of my new favorite games this year. So let's take a quick look at the patch notes and see what we can see. As you can see here, the highlights for this patch include a new support freelancer named Dr. Finn, who we'll take a closer look at in a moment, new skins for 3 of the existing freelancers, and a combination of the solo and co-op modes into a single versus bots mode. Before we jump into a game, let's take a quick look at Dr. Finn and see what's up with him. As with all the other characters in the game, this one has 5 unique skills: an offensive arcing attack, an arcing heal for allies and himself, an eel pet that he launches at enemies and that does damage over time, a protective bubble for allies, and a whirlpool-like AoE for his ultimate. As with most of the other characters in the game, he comes with 2 possible skins, one of course which needs to be unlocked with premium currency, and a variety of styles for both skin variations. So without further ado, let's jump into a bot match. In the versus bots mode, the enemy AI difficulty defaults to 2 stars, and when enabled, the AI teammates default to 4 stars. So that's how we're going to roll with this, but keep in mind that if you're playing with even one other person, you won't have the option to granularly set the AI teammate competence. I'm not sure why this is the case, to be honest, as I feel like it would be a useful and helpful feature in co-op, but it's always kind of been that way in the game, so it's really not a change to the functionality of the game so much as a change to the way that it's presented. Alright, so since I'm a support character, I'm going to pop my GG to give myself a little additional XP for this round, and pick a location that's a little bit neutral.
Sleep with the fishes.
And see how the rest of my teammates move in this opening round. So as you can see here, we've got our tank-like character, Rampart, who's likely to be involved in some madness come next turn. So I think what I may do for my initial turn here is just throw my shield on him and follow him to see where he ends up.
Oh, you're such a heel.
You can't stand in my way. Proximity shield in place.
Run and gun.
Alright, so when my shield detonates, it actually does damage to any enemies that are nearby, but since there weren't any enemies nearby in that case, it didn't really do much for me.
Box between you.
Mine a flash.
Looks like nobody's really taken any significant damage so far, and it seems like this would be a great time to do a nice little AoE cone on these enemies. So let's go ahead and keep it nice and narrow to keep the damage as high as possible. Go ahead and trigger that, and then I'm actually going to hold position here. Just move back off slightly from where the tank is so I don't get caught up in any of his madness.
Oh, have I got a surprise for you. Enjoy your cauterization.
I like that effect on the water cannon. That's nice.
Strategy, slice and dice.
And I think we're off to a pretty decent start. Rampart's definitely taken some damage there, and so have I for that matter, so I think it's a good time to bust out the heal. Let's go ahead and get our guys as tidy as possible. And I'm going to maintain my distance here. I don't really have any options for picking up any pickups just yet, so I don't see any reason to move at this point.
Time to sink or swim.
Healing! Shoo! Sorry, talking to Doc. One
Like in the bubbles.
Catalyst engaged.
Ooh, you're krilling my vibe.
That was a terrible pun, Dr. Finn. Just saying. So it looks like we got 3 turns to cool down for that heal. I think this might be a good time to bust out our aquatic friend and see what he can do. Go ahead and throw the eel. And keep our distance for the time being. Might move in a little closer here so I can get some action on this wall with the cover. Especially now that the tank has moved out of the way.
Destroy, destroy, destroy.
I'm all fired up.
Now how that
Distance.
eel is supposed to work is that it jumps to another enemy within 5 squares if possible, and does the same thing to them on a subsequent turn. So hopefully we'll get to see that in action. I did get kind of bashed about a little bit, but I'm not too worried about it. I guess I should go for this kill just to be on the safe side in case nobody else can get to them. Let's go ahead and do that. And then actually I'm going to head over and pick up this energy if possible.
First bullet's for you. The second's a warning for the others.
Oh, they want you for dinner.
You can't account for this.
You're a cold fish, aren't you?
It's kind of freaky killing myself like that, but I'll take it.
Completed.
Alright, so given these options, I think I need to worry a little bit about retreating from this situation. I think I'm going to go ahead and bubble myself with my catalyst and worry about trying to get to that health, but in the meantime I will focus fire on this enemy just to try to take them down a notch.
Can't stop me now.
Bring it on. Protection protocol activated.
No tricks.
As you can
An
see,
old-fashioned laser.
my water cannon doesn't do a ton of damage, so it really is most effective for multiple targets. A single target shot like that really doesn't do very much. Now I am in a bit of a pickle here because I'm down to 51 health, and I didn't get to move last turn. I think I got snared somehow. But I might be able to help out the team and myself If I can trigger this heal, get it off. And heal myself at the same time. There we go. Not sure if I'm going to survive this, but let's see.
Looking out.
Alright, I got a nice heal from Quark there. That should help.
Oh, do you have nothing to lose?
The tide takes you.
Unfortunately, that did me in. I have to say, my AI teammates are not being extremely helpful.
Oh, shoot. Get it? Get it?
What's one more death?
We've managed to close in a little bit. 2 to 3.
Time to tip the scales.
Indeed, let's see. Now my ultimate's up, but I think I'm a little out of position to use it this turn. I honestly think what I may want to do is just bubble a friendly if I can. I can't quite reach, so that's no good. I hate to do it, but I'm pretty much just gonna have to run for it to get into position for the next turn.
I am unstoppable.
This will blow your mind.
Alright, we've evened it up. Oh, but they just took one of ours. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Do they have anybody who's ripe for the picking? Ah, yeah. Looks like he's ready to go, assuming that that's actually him. But I can't quite reach. But this can. So let's go ahead and give that a try. Go ultimate. Let's bounce over here if we can, or at least as close to that other energy
Get
as
down,
possible.
Stay down.
Let's see what our ult does.
You can't hide from me. Stop
Do you
it.
think a
I'm
cracked skull will
irreplaceable.
change your mind?
Whirlpool party.
My blue period.
Alright, 4 to 4.
Killing time!
See if we can get this done. I think what we probably want to do at this point is look at buffing our friendly. Let's keep them safe. And try to keep ourselves fed.
Reeling them in.
Shield engaged. Security measures set.
Relax! It doesn't touch your health!
This'll keep you on your toes. Well, you still have them.
Ah, not the fins! Not the fins! This one's my stream of unconsciousness.
I'll do anything to get it. Your head on a platter.
Definitely glad I popped that shield for that.
Gills filled.
Looks like we can get everybody in that heal. I think that's probably our best move. Let's keep everybody as healthy as possible. And let's try to move up to be in a better position if the attack is necessary.
Up a diem.
Carp ADM. Really, Doc?
You get one murder. It's my treat.
I'll return the favor.
Threat assessment moderate.
Oh.
Negotiation failure. Beatdown activated.
Oh, that could be bad for Ellie. Oh, don't go down, Ellie. No! Ah, that was unfortunate.
Defeat.
That's only defeat. At least it wasn't defense.
I feel like I pretty much did everything that I could have done there to keep that from happening, and I certainly have the score to prove it, but that's still a bit disappointing. It almost makes me want to run that same thing again and turn up the competence of my bots to the full potential, just to see if they would play it any better. Why don't we go ahead and do that real quick? Let's just bump these bots all the way up to 5 stars. Keep the enemies at 2 and see if that helps our cause.
Going with the flow.
I feel like I have a decent handle on the character. If I did make a mistake in that first go around, it was probably going a little too deep into their end of the board. So that's something I'll definitely have to look at in this playthrough. I also think I might want to be, ironically, a little more aggressive moving up so that I can take a more useful first action, because buffing the tank in that first round really didn't prove to be all that effective. Let's go over here, kind of sort of out of the way, and see what we can see. Alright, so not too surprising that we would run into somebody. Let's go ahead and take a nice tight beam here since we can get these 2 for 1. And I'm going to go ahead and protect myself this round because I have a pretty good feeling that they're going to target me.
Defensive tactics online.
Booming rock, booming rock, booming rock.
Surprisingly, it doesn't look like anybody targeted me that round, but live and learn. Looks like I could go for a pretty narrow spread here and still get all of these guys in it. Definitely gonna do that. Just get it as narrow as I can while still getting everybody in there. Let's go ahead and make that happen. And I think what I'm gonna do, because I don't think they're gonna leave me alone for much longer, is head over here. More onto our side of the board.
Oh, hope your atoms are as icky as the last guy's. Oh,
Death wish is my command. If you stand together, then you'll fall together.
You dare strike me? It is my fate.
Yeah, it looks like we definitely got the worst out of that. But as a side bonus, it looks like they're still pretty much ignoring me, which may be to their peril. Let's go ahead and get everybody in the cone again. I'm just going to hold my ground here until they give me a reason not to.
Up a deal.
Alright. Nice.
Mortality holds no sway on me.
I don't think there's a lot of point to trying to hit. I guess I could try to hit both of them, but is there anybody I could heal that would be more useful? Yeah, you know what, our guys are kind of hurting a little bit. Let's go ahead and pop the heal. And then I think I'm going to move over here just to get myself into a better position.
Luxing in.
Assistance noted. Protection priority elevated.
Bouncing.
Threat assessment trivial. Using catalyst.
Betrayed by explosions.
We're definitely having a much easier time with the bots bumped up a little bit, that's for sure. Given these choices, oh, you know what? This guy's probably a good candidate for the eel. Let's go ahead and give him the business. And then I'm going to move over here to be more effective potentially for the tank.
Going with the flow.
Shield engaged.
I hope you're not ticklish.
I've got eels to spare.
Rip the psyche.
Okay, that's good. Looks like my ult's up. Go ahead and drop that in the midst of them and see what kind of damage we can do. This might actually be enough to end this, but let's see.
Grilling it.
Can't touch this.
I am the hunter.
You.
I'd run if I were you.
Ready? On three.
Silly neurons. Get that away.
This is gonna get ugly.
I decide who lives and dies.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there.
You win.
So yeah, Bumping the bots up to that 5th star seems to make a big difference in their performance. So, pro tip, if you're struggling, be sure to adjust those settings in a way that's appropriate. I definitely got a decent chunk of XP there. I didn't use a GG, so I don't have a one-to-one comparison on how that would have worked out, but I'm definitely feeling pretty good about the amount of XP I got out of that, especially for not using the GG. So yeah, that's the current state of the game as far as I can tell. It's looking really good. I'm very pleased with what I'm seeing out of this patch. I've been having a ton of fun with the game already ever since I bought into it a couple of weeks ago. And I'm definitely looking forward to playing a lot more of this and seeing how it evolves throughout the rest of the closed beta process. Since I am getting pretty into this game, it's quite likely that you'll end up seeing more of it on the channel in the future. So if there are any particular characters you'd like to see or aspects of the gameplay focused on in future videos, be sure to let me know in the comments section down below. As always, if you have enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you'd like to see more videos from me in the future, be sure to hit subscribe, and I will see you next time.